Well, can't you take me out trick-or-treating?
You know that Richard and I have to go to this party. It's business.
It's not business. It's a party.
It is business.
It's fun.
Now, Christopher, you've got to learn that everything in life is not just fun. Now, give me a kiss.
Lots of people say to me, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, I'd like to be able to carve a swell jack-o'-lantern, but I just don't seem to have the knack. Well, these are a few pointers on the fine art of creating the perfect jack-o'-lantern. Now, this is a good-looking pumpkin.
Thousands of witches, warlocks, ghosts, and goblins went door to door tonight collecting candy.
Stay tuned for more Halloween fun on MTV. You know, I love this bag. It has an unlimited capacity.
For great Halloween fun, pick up some spooky decorations at Walgreens.
We highly recommend that parents escort their children while they're going door to door.
Happy Halloween! I'm Dumpy the Pumpkin, the fresh ice cream cake made daily at Carvel. And here's my good friend, Wiki the Witch.
Are you having a Halloween party? Party?
Hello, it's a spooky show. Everything's scary because it's Halloween. Simon, do your part. Go.
Boo.
Boo.
How's that?
Oh, man. See, minimalism is good.
Yeah.
In this world that's overly not minimal. My dryer's beeping. How scary.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Hello, This is the Doom Show. I'm Richard. I'm joined by my friend in East Halloween Town, Jeffrey. Hello, Jeffrey.
Oh my god.
Sorry, dude. We were just talking about Jeffrey like 2 seconds ago. That's why I did that. Folks, I'm joined once again by Simon. Simon is our correspondent in East Halloween Town. Hello, Simon.
Hello, and how do you know I've not been possessed by Jeffrey?
I don't not know. Fuck. Folks, can you tell we're recording in September?
Yeah, I think summer has just killed us.
Spooky vibes, bro.
Yeah.
We are here to help you, the listeners, celebrate the Halloween season by picking probably, I call this a fan favorite film.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see what you. Yeah, right. Okay.
No. Okay, so we're talking about Trick or Treats from 1982, not to be confused with Trick or Treat from '86, the heavy metal horror film, which God help us, we'll cover one day. I actually really like that film, but no, we are talking about Trick or Treats, directed by Gary Graver. We're going to talk all about Mr. Graver in a bit, but I have 3 books that I referenced just for funsies. Shock Marathons, one of their books. I think it's Shock October. And they talked about pretty much how much they hated this movie.
Really?
They have a scene that they love very much. We'll talk about.
Oh, I wonder which one.
And then the most infamous scene, I think. They should have put it later in the movie.
Yeah.
And I read good old Bleeding Skull from Joseph Ziemba, and of course, very well written, but he also did not like this movie very much. And not surprisingly at all, like not a shocker at all, that Jim Harper dude who wrote that Italian horror book, who shouldn't have written an Italian horror book because he hates Italian horror, he also wrote a slasher book, Legacy of Blood, and I think I'm getting his name right. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, it sounds right.
But he fucking hated it. It's hilarious.
Oh.
But I mean, that's him. He hates most things. But like, I think it's the thing where you have these reference books for so many years because they were the first ones you could find.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wish that, I just am jealous of people who managed to get, the Hysteria Continues book. Is it Hysteria Lives?
Oh, the Teenage Wasteland, the slash movie book.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I'm getting their website and their podcast mixed up and not referencing the book. So yes.
Oh, it's okay.
Teenage Wasteland. I wish I had never seen slashers. Like, I wish I'd seen like 2 and I got that book.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's such a treasure trove, but I had like 2 other slasher movie books by then, so only To Be a Time Machine. Is that what young people are called? Time machines?
I guess.
I didn't think to look in their book to see if they liked it. Chances are they probably didn't.
I'm trying to remember. I've been reading it very, very slowly, and I must have read the section on 1982 like half a dozen times.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember. I think it doesn't get talked about much. I am guessing that prior to the recent-ish Blu-ray, that a lot of the old copies probably weren't so hot. I don't know.
That's exactly what I've read over and over again. It's too dark. It's too dark. I can't see what's going on. It's too dark.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they were definitely reviewing the Vestron video VHS. Well, let me play the trailer first. The trailer is pretty great. It's got an excellent voiceover guy who I wish we could hire to replace me on the show. So here's the trailer for Trick or Treats.
When was the last time you went trick-or-treating?
Trick-or-treat! Aren't you too old to be trick-or-treating?
When was the last time you babysat on a Halloween night?
Are you here, kid?
You must be Linda.
Yes? But I haven't met your little boy yet. Oh, he's around somewhere. You'll find him. Or he'll find you.
Christopher, where are you?
You're cute. Are you the babysitter?
Is everything all right? Your son is a holy terror.
Christopher is being a perfect angel.
Ah! Help, Elmer! Do you know the story about the boy who cried wolf?
Quit playing with yourself.
I'm formulating my plan of escape.
You're crazy.
A dangerous lunatic has escaped from Western State Hospital. Hello?
I'm coming home. When was the last time you were chased by a deranged madman? Trick or Treats, starring Jacqueline Giroux.
Shut up!
Peter Jason, Gillian Kessner, and Chris Graver as Christopher. Special guest appearances by David Carradine, Carrie Snodgrass, and Steve Railsback.
Trick or treat!
Next time, don't be so quick to open your door.
Little backstory with me and this VHS tape here. The beautiful, luscious Vestron video tape scared me as a kid. The front is a bag, like a trick-or-treat style bag that says the movie's title in the front, and there's a severed head inside. And I always thought it was like a werewolf's head because it's such a magnificent head of hair on this thing. And of course there's blood dripping from the bag. My young brain wandering through Video Extron in Jupiter, Florida, before it was bought out by Blockbuster, said, no thanks. That scared the shit out of me. I didn't even pick it up to look at the back, which I wish I had because the back is horrible. The back of this VHS cover is so fucking ugly I want to die.
I'm looking at it now. It's
It has a tagline. ...
When Halloween nights stop being fun.
And they have the most unflattering picture of the film's star, Jacqueline Giroux.
Yeah, she looks thrilled to be there.
She's standing in the front of the house or in the basement. It's such an ugly photo. It could be anywhere, but it's the front door, and she's holding the jack-o'-lantern. And she just looks like shit. It looks like they took it with a Polaroid, but not as nice.
Yeah.
And I love it. I mean, I'm loving this. Is like blowing my mind here. So I'm going to read this plot synopsis here. It's too long. Have a sip of water. My vocal training will come into play right now. Let me do my warm-ups. Hello! Hello! Nice. High school. All right, I'm ready.
Should I call The Exorcist?
Call, but hang up before you tell them what you are calling about.
Shit, man. Two possessed podcast hosts. This does not bode well.
According to the Vestron video, this sensational suspense thriller centers on a young boy's Halloween hijinks and a true madman's thirst for revenge. Mr. and Mrs. Adams, Raul Julia and Angelica Houston. Mr. and Mrs. Adams, Carrie Snodgrass of The Furry, and David Carradine of Lone Wolf McQuaid. Oh my god, that's awesome. Excuse me, McQuaid, I don't know. Are attending a Halloween masquerade party and decide to leave their precocious... Ooh, let's not call him that. Their precocious son Christopher in the care of Linda,
a local babysitter.
Christopher is a master of mischievous pranks and continuously batters Linda with them until a bizarre turn of events unleashes a true madman just escaped from a mental institution who treats Christopher to a trick he'll never forget. And his babysitter may never survive. Next time your doorbell rings, be prepared because there's a trick-or-treats! Program time, approximately 90 minutes. Program, copyright. Yeah! Whatever. I don't know. I got a little carried away there. I also was doing... Is it Rohypnol? What was I doing?
I don't know. I just like all the drugs by the sounds of it. I'm not sure.
I hope that I was too close to the microphone. It just is a mess. And I just cut it because it was stupid. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not scared of this VHS cover anymore because I confronted the movie. Man, oh man. Let's see. So Gary Graver, what a guy.
Holy crap, yeah.
He died in 2006 or 2007, I forget. But he was one of those dudes who, to support his career, he worked in porn a lot. Like, a lot. He started in Vietnam. He was a professional cameraman for the Army, or for the military, or excuse me, the Navy Combat Camera Group, sorry. He hooked up with Al Adamson, I believe?
Yeah, there's kind of a, again, without getting ahead, a bit of a reference to that within the film, and that kind of, the scene with the editors.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Al Adamson. Everything I've seen with him that he did was just so insane. Of course, my favorite, which has a poster in this movie, in the background, is Dracula vs. Frankenstein from 1971. I recommend it, and I fear for you. Gary Graver volunteered to work with Orson Welles.
Yeah.
He basically just cold called Orson Welles and like, hey bro, I want to work with you. I'm a cinematographer. I've done some directing. I've done a little bit of everything. And Orson Welles, according to what they said, that nobody cold called Orson Welles. Like nobody had the balls to do that.
Yeah, apart from one guy.
Yeah, and that guy ended up being like a major collaborator. So he worked with good old Orson in the latter part of his career. And I think, isn't the final film of good old Orson Welles, is that one thing that he worked on?
Well, there's a few things. For a start, there's in 1973 one of my favourite Welles films, which is F Fake. I think he has a kind of co-credit with, looks like a Frenchman or a European. It says up here something about to do with Othello, I believe, or filming Othello. And yeah, it's he'd worked, I think, for about 6 years on, and as I was saying to you, it's kind of quite prescient, this, because that unfinished film, The Other Side of the Wind, is come out, I think, like yesterday or something, had its first screening.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, that film within the film, it looks like some like crazy trippy Euro stuff, like out of Franco or something. You know, it looks great. He worked on that for about 6 years. He was never paid. And did you hear the story about his Oscar?
No.
Well, it says here, and I'm reading this off Wikipedia, I apologise, very professional, so take this with a pinch of salt, although it does appear to have a citation. From the New York Times. Yeah, it says, during the shooting of a scene, Wells used his prop. 1941 Oscar he won as co-writer of Citizen Kane, and when the shooting was finished, he gave Gary Graver the statuette, saying, "Keep this." And this was, understood to kind of be taken as payment. And he held on to it, as you would, for as long as he could, until he got into some kind of financial dire straits, and he sold it for like $50,000. And this company, this kind of holdings company, tried to sell it through Sotheby's in London. And when Beatrice Wells, she found out about this, she sued both Graver and this company to stop the sale. And get this is the kicker, she eventually sold it herself after taking possession of it. Now, I don't know all of the facts here, but when I read this, it kind of pissed me off, to be honest.
Let him have it.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa, you're broke? Motherfucker, I'm broke.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it. I mean, again, I don't know enough about it, but it sounds like shenanigans.
Wow. I don't see how someone who directed like 100 pornos could be broke. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Joe D'Amato, looking at you.
I know, dude. What up? What's up? I think Joe D'Amato probably was just smarter with his money, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably.
Plus, I think he made twice this many pornos.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, you have to never stop making a porno. You have to Jess Franco this shit.
Yeah.
One film that came up while I was looking through all these credits that I'd never heard of before because, God, I mean, this career this guy did is insane.
Yeah.
He did a horror film. Gary Graver did a film called Evil Spirits in 1990. And I sent Jeffrey the trailer, and he goes, "Oh, you mean this movie we're going to cover on the Doom Show now?" Like, he's like, "That's us. This is us." So yeah, Evil Spirits, 1990 with Karen Black, Artie Johnson, Virginia Mayo, Michael Berryman, Martine Breswick, Yvette Vickers, Robert Quarry.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I won't say much more, but keep an eye out. We'll probably cover that. It looks great. I'm just excited about that. So yeah, Trick or Treats. I think the genesis for this movie seems very funny to me. In the trivia, it says that its working title was twofold. One working title was Halloween.
Oh, right, okay.
And the other working title for this was The Babysitter Murders, which was one of the original titles for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I think this is funny because, like, think about Halloween for a second. It's the night he came home.
Mm.
This is like, the night he came home!
Yes, absolutely.
What the fuck? This film, the famous scene that I'm referring to is this film's opening.
Yes.
Honestly, if they had just saved this for a flashback in the middle, I think the people who do enjoy parts of this movie would enjoy it even more.
Yeah.
We have Carrie Snodgrass of the Fury. I called it The Furry earlier. I kind of wish it was a movie about furries. That'd be pretty good.
Mm.
But I love, Carrie Snodgrass. She's just seems like someone who was wondering what she was doing in this movie. Like, her and a couple other people feel like they were on loan or they owed someone a favor.
Yeah, I had a chance to listen to the commentary earlier today, and yeah, I think somebody says that Gary Graver, he probably called in like all of his favors for this movie.
I've only seen a decent rip of this. By the time I wanted this film, it was way out of print.
Fair enough.
Who does the commentary? Do you remember offhand?
Oh God, I'd have to look it up. I think, let's look at the cast, that'll help me. You see, don't really identify themselves, but let's see. I think there's Jacqueline Giroux, Peter Jason.
Nice.
Chris Graver.
Great.
Somebody else who I think was... Do you remember in the hospital scenes, the guy who keeps picking at Peter Jason's back looks like he's trying to...
That guy?
Yeah, that guy. That guy.
Oh my God, that's cool. He could be asylum inmate or crazy man.
Yeah, one of them. But yeah, they don't introduce themselves, so it's kind of hard to keep track of what's what. It's kind of a fun listen, but I didn't learn a tremendous amount from it, really.
Who put out that Blu-ray?
I think it's Code Red.
Well,
there you go.
Of course. I won't go into it. I won't launch into my Code Red speech.
Oh, we've been there before, I think, haven't we?
Carrie Snodgrass is a seemingly devoted housewife, although she seems to be terrified of her husband, who is reading the Wall Street Journal. He's this clearly a stockbroker type guy. And this is Peter Jason. Holy shit, dude. 258 credits, still working today. A career that spans... Oh my god. Holy shit, a career that spans 50 years? Yeah. Almost 60 years at this point? Wow. Just look up character actor in the dictionary and there's a picture of good old Peter Jason.
Absolutely.
He's been in just tons of stuff. I don't even know where to start. It's ridiculous.
The main place I know him from, I know John Carpenter likes using him quite a bit. He's in Prince of Darkness and They Live and Ghosts of Mars, I think.
Nice. There's a great place to start right there. You found it.
Yep.
You sniffed that out like a werewolf.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Dropped it right in there. Very subtle. There's a knock at the door, and it's two guys from the loony bin, two white coats, two guys who look like brothers. They both have the same porno mustaches, which makes me think these were two porno actors on loan.
I hadn't even made that connection. Oh, God.
And they try to grab him, and all hell breaks loose in the backyard. Apparently, this is Carrie Snodgrass's house that this whole movie takes place in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was. I think they said in the commentary she may have got it off Neil Young because I think they were an item at the time.
What a weird pair. I'm imagining them having sex right now.
Oh boy.
Hey Simon, I gotta go. I'm too horny.
Phew.
Boom. Help me. So. Or kill me. Killing me at this point is helping me.
Oh, we're beyond help.
While we're talking trivia just for a second, this film took 3 weeks to make, and the whole thing was shot at night from 6 p.m. to midnight, this means this is the only daytime sequence in the entire film. But anyway, they try to grab him. He kicks one guy in the pool, and the other guy grabs him with his legs and throws him in the pool, and then they're all in the pool. And Peter Jason is just going full on, panting, raving madman. Just embarrassing, hard to watch craziness.
I love it.
It's much like when they come to take me away. It will be very similar.
Yeah.
Hold it! I'll get the joke! Calm down.
And this scene really stuck out with the Shock Marathons, and so they had their resident artist depict it in their book, Shock October, and it's very funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what kind of threw me a bit when hearing they didn't like it, when you have, something so lovingly rendered like that, or you'd think that, I don't know.
Well, the Shock Marathons guys, one of the things about their books is that they look for a very particular aesthetic.
Right.
It is similar to the Bleeding Skull in a way, but I disagree with them every time they do Italian horror. Always. And that will never change. There's stuff that they love, sequences, they focus in on John Cassavetes staring at a table in The Incubus. If the whole movie was that without the demon rape or whatever, it'd probably be right up their alley because he just stares while he's trying to solve the mystery or whatever. It's great. Yeah, you can still get some of the Shock Marathons books. Pick them up. They're fun.
Cool.
So now the movie's kicked off. And I think another thing that throws people about this movie is this is a comedy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is a comedy before it's a horror movie. And because the first murder is an hour in.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Amazing. We meet our heroine, Miss Linda, played by Jacqueline Giroux, who is so fun in this movie.
Oh, yeah, she carries it. Well, not just her, but...
I know her from, strangely enough, Drive-In Massacre.
Okay.
Which I can't remember She must have had a small part in that or something. That movie is, its title and poster is much better than the film. But now that my tastes are completely destroyed, by Jeffrey, by just watching lots of movies that Jeffrey recommended, I think I'll probably really dig Drive-In Massacre. I know there's a lot of time they spend in the, carnival wandering around, which everyone likes that.
Yeah, no, I don't know her from anything else. Just in here,
Ilsa, She-Wolf.
Yeah, I was going to say, before that, she has an uncredited role in that, apparently.
I'm sure a lot of people took an uncredited role in that one. Which, for all the Nazi exploitation movies, that one's pretty good. I've seen, 3 Nazi exploitation movies, and they're all the Ilsa ones.
Fair enough.
And of course, shockingly, or not at all, Jess Franco's is the best of the Ilsa movies.
Ooh, nice.
Even though it's Wanda, the Wicked Warden.
Wanda, the Wicked Warden.
Coming soon.
We meet her, and she's in the shower, doing a shower scene, but rather tame, because we can't see her completely through the curtain there. And phone rings. First of all, she keeps her phone in the bathroom. Second of all, she fucking answers it while she's in the shower. That's amazing. And the person on the other line is the agency she works for, offering her a babysitting gig. This has a conflict with another person who obviously owed Gary Graver a favor, Steve Railsback.
Mm-hmm.
One of the potential an MVP of this show if we delved into his work.
Life Force.
Fucking Life Force. Wow. Wowie wow. I love this guy. He's just so silly. And I'm glad you mentioned Othello.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Because I think this might be a little joke there, a little nod to Orson Welles.
I guess it could be, yeah. Good call.
Steve Railsback did all of his scene in one day. And we keep calling back, and he's always in the makeup chair. Waiting to go on. And there's all these silly jokes about him playing Othello and how he's going to be great and get his makeup done. And he has this goofy sidekick guy that sits there and stares at him.
Yeah, who is that guy? He looks kind of familiar.
I have no clue, but he's got a big old stash.
Yeah.
He's mad at her for not coming to the play, but she plies him with sex. The promise of sex. Hey, I'm babysitting, and this kid's got to go to sleep sometime, huh? He's like, okay, I'm going to hang up on you. And he hangs up on her. It's fucking wonderful. Those are relationship goals right there.
Yeah.
So she gets into her thing, which is an amazing vehicle. Lietta wants one of those things.
It looks like it's made out of Lego or something.
It's I want to say it was actually called a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like a Jeep. Yep. It's called the Volkswagen Thing.
Oh, no way.
And it's so cool, dude. They are so freaking cool. They have these weird panels and shit. It looks like a weird Jeep.
It's one of these, I was going to say things, oh dear, that is almost so ugly that it kind of transcends being ugly to be kind of compelling or something. I can't quite think how to describe it.
I need to score one as an anniversary present for Lietta. Yeah. I don't know how to buy a car, so I don't know. Do I give you money for it, or do I just take it? Do I need the keys? I don't understand. And there's no one there. I'm just talking to a tree. There's not even a car. Yeah. Hello. So I'm talking to a ghost because it's Halloween. Woo! Spooky. She gets accosted by a bum with a scar on his face.
Oh God, yeah.
And he immediately tries to get her to go to a party with him. And her method of dealing with mashers like this is she says, "Maybe later. Yes, yes. Bye." And you're like, but she said yes, right? That's pretty cool.
Oh God, yeah. Anything to get away, I guess.
She does this again later with some drunk trick-or-treaters. Some drunk adult trick-or-treaters.
Oh, yeah.
Although I'm sure some of these kids that show up are drunk. And so she goes to the house and she meets Carrie Snodgrass. She doesn't meet the kid yet. We get to meet the kid before she does.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll talk about him, and then we'll talk about frickin' David Carradine. So,
oh God, yeah.
This is the O'Keefe family, and Chris Graver is one of those actors who he looks like he has that thing. His body's maturing, but he's not growing.
Yeah, just kind of calling forward to a later line in the movie. What's that? You're probably a midget.
Yes, which I think that hurt his feelings, like the real person. Ouch.
Oh, bless.
But this is the son of director Gary Graver, which makes me think that Gary Graver also just had a huge head. And I can say that because I also have a huge head.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm looking at Halloween masks in the store, and I'm like, those creepy ones, like from like those clear masks that just change your facial features, but you can still see your face underneath.
Oh, God,
those don't fit my giant ass head.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I think I have the same problem.
Pray for me.
Will do.
But anyway, this kid, really obnoxious, and what happens whenever there's an obnoxious kid in a movie? Bob, I'm looking at you.
Yep.
I immediately identify with the shittiest character because I suck. I'm a horrible person, so I'm like, hey, this guy's all right, you know. I really, really do that. People maybe don't believe me, but holy shit, I love this kid. If I'd seen this movie when I was a kid, I'd be like, man, this kid's great. He's an amateur I almost said an amateur musician. But no, it's worse than that. He's an amateur magician.
Oh, God. And
he's so spoiled that he promises to behave if he gets more presents. And that works. That actually works. So this is a movie with a lesson. This will teach you a lesson about how to raise your children. Now, David Carradine is stepdad because, of course, real dad has been carted off to the insane asylum. David Carradine, Kill Bill himself.
Oh, yeah.
Is just ridiculous in this.
He's having a ball, isn't he?
I think he had I want to smoke a cigar the whole scene in his contract.
Maybe that's what they paid him in. I don't know.
They paid him in cigars.
Well, that's it.
And it's not a good looking cigar. It looks like a cheap garbage cigar. And when he kisses Carrie Snodgrass, right before he kisses her, he totally blows the smoke in her face.
Oh, he's such a sleaze. And when he pulls a zipper down as well right before his wife walks in.
Yeah, Linda is wearing a onesie with a zipper that's oh my God, and he just grabs it and goes for it, and it's just so trashy.
Oh God, and how, yeah. This will kind of call forward to somebody else who's in this, but there's kind of a very, very obscure Twin Peaks reference going on here. Richard and Linda. I don't know whether you even remember now. Yeah. Remember 4:30. Well, not that bit,
see, I always love it when a shithead character, and as much as I love little kids who suck, I also love asshole characters named Richard. Oh, it's so wonderful. But yeah, David Carradine, man, I miss that guy. He was
still about, isn't he?
Isn't he dead?
Oh God, right. I see. Yeah, because of course, yeah, he died like nearly 10 years ago. It's what threw me though, because you go on his filmography and you've got actor, 237 credits. Last one, 2017, but there's something above that. Mata Hari announced.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, so it's just some kind of Weekend at Bernie's shit going on or something.
Oh, that's just sad. Poor guy. Yeah, but yes, please Weekend at Bernie's him. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
It's cuckoo.
Yep.
That's the spooky Halloween clock right there, folks. Okay, stop. The clock listened to me. So they're going to Vegas for a Halloween party, leaving a good old big head kid. What is his frickin' name? Oh, it's just Christopher. Okay, he's just playing Chris. Chris playing Chris, so he remembers his name.
Yeah.
And everyone acting with him can remember his name. Linda immediately finds out that she should not have taken this job.
Oh God, yeah.
Because this kid is just going to torture her the entire movie. While that's going on, we get all the scenes of the loony bin.
Oh,
probably more than you need.
Yep.
But I wouldn't want it any other way.
No. It's so, man, for a start, these inmates, sort of like sensitive portrayals of the mentally ill and all that. It's
very sensitive.
They are really going for it. Every single one, the person who's like foaming at the mouth, someone else has got a cigarette up the nose, and they've all got like kind of their own shtick going on. It's great.
this went through Hollywood, just ringing a bell. And come on, actors, come on. And they all came out like rats. It was great. But there's a nurse that's very important.
Oh, yeah.
We have, I was totally thinking it was going to be like a Nurse Ratched situation where she's like this evil nurse. But instead, she's the horny nurse.
Yeah, it's kind of refreshing, isn't it?
This is Catherine E. Coulson, a.k.a. the Log Lady.
Hell yeah.
Man. It's so fun to see her playing a completely different type of character here.
It's so fun. It's so fun. And some of her lines later on, like...
Oh, I'll play it. And the doctor, the very sensitive doctor who's just like, they're crazy, they're crazy. What do you want? You can't be honest with these people. They're insane. Do you need some help, babe? Okay. She's bringing home the bacon.
Ah, cool.
Or the cat litter. There she is. Bacon wasn't on the list. I know. Don't worry. We already have some.
Oh, that's okay.
That's why. He actually was shocked for a second. He's like, I'm British.
You're so lucky.
We need a bacon budgie.
It's Labor Day weekend.
Oh no, that's why you took so long. It's Labor Day weekend and Leetta just got frickin' mauled at the grocery store.
Oh no.
Simon, thank you. You saved me.
You're welcome.
I mean, babe, you okay? I did do an honest one.
Oh, dear.
I did do an honest you okay there, so I can make a fake one.
It should balance out, hopefully.
It's what happens when you're married to a hero.
Indeed.
Good old Malcolm, our Peter Jason guy here,
Yes.
the ex-husband, he is very, very carefully plotting to escape by talking about it at full volume with another inmate who is the stupidest character in the movie.
Oh, yes. Joyfully so, yeah.
What is this guy's name?
Was he Bert? Yeah.
Bert. He says Bert like 20 times. I can't believe I forgot. Bert is more of a sound guy, but he was also a little character actor who'd show up and stuff. Ooh, he was in The Forest, a slasher film that still eluded me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't know how I've never seen The Forest. It's just, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Promise. But yeah, he's so ridiculous, just laughing at everything, being silly. Oh, it's a little embarrassing, but I like it.
As soon as it's Betty Bye time, it's adios amigos.
Gee, Malcolm, I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
Amigos, yeah?
That night, while he's having Bert snore as loud as he can for him, Malcolm grabs Nurse Log Lady, and she mistakes his trying to escape as him trying to rape her, and she's way into it.
Yeah, it's really weird.
She's like, hold up, this isn't consensual. I mean, this isn't non-consensual. I am like down with this, and it's so bizarre. He's trying to get her to pass out by putting a cloth of some kind in her face. She's moaning and carrying on and just wraps her legs around him. And then he just gives up trying to get her to pass out and then just puts a pillow over her face. Oh my God. I'm just going to play some quotes when she gets interviewed later. She gets interviewed when they announce on TV that he's escaped. They interview her and she just... It's just great.
Oh God, what is it?
Love it.
He put it in my mouth.
I mean, this rag, he put it in my... Okay, here it is.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm here at Western State Hospital tonight to talk with Nurse Almeda Reeves.
It was a vicious and savage attack, the work of a maniac. He jumped me as I leaned to tuck him in. He threw me on the bed and then jumped on top of me and put it in my mouth.
Put the gag in your mouth, you mean?
Yes, he put this in my mouth and I couldn't cry out. He tied me up and took off all my clothes. I've never been so humiliated. When he jumped me, I found that he responded to me in a way that no man ever has.
He escapes in her clothes, which magically fit him, and he proceeds to go on a little magical adventure through the city of Los Angeles, meeting all kinds of strange characters.
Oh, yeah.
Meeting some bums. He steals the clothes of a bum, a very recognizable bum for... That's funny because England, a recognizable bum. A homeless person played by Paul Bartel, of all people. Paul Bartel, I could not think of him without thinking of Mary Woronov.
Yes.
They often showed up together in many things, including Eating Raoul. What's the one that always cracks me up?
Well, both in the start of, I think they're the same characters, aren't they, in the start of Chopping Mall?
That's it. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Yes. Love them in Chopping Mall. I just I'm a Mary Woronov fan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
of course, gotta love Paul Bartel. He's, he and the bum that he hangs out with are too stupid to live. And they're just drunk off their asses. Brains pickled.
Yeah.
And he demands that he takes off his clothes. He's really convinced for the longest time that Malcolm is a woman. Take off all my clothes? Even my underwear?
Yeah, serious beer goggles or something.
So he gets some clothes and he heads off to go home. He's been crank calling this whole time. So you've got Linda being driven crazy by the kid. You've got her being driven crazy by these phone calls. And then in the middle of the movie, we meet her friend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, of course, Linda, the aspiring actress, has a pal that works in an editing room. And she needs a videotape from her of her performance so that she can audition for something. And this is when we meet her pal, Andrea, played by Gillian Kessner. Gillian Kessner, what a character. She was in a movie that I am a big fan of that is so bad. It's just outstanding. It's Raw Force.
Oh, yeah, I meant to hunt that down.
Ooh.
Totally forgot about it.
Holy
Is that some kind of
shit.
like Kung Fu zombie sort of hybrid or something?
Yes. It's Kung Fu zombies done without a glimmer of competency.
Right.
Cameron Mitchell is first billed, and he's in a lot of it.
Nice.
So, another movie that will be coming to Hello, This is the Doom Show.
Oh, no doubt.
Camille Keaton is in it, and she plays Girl in Toilet, so...
Oh,
but yeah,
dear.
Gillian Kessner is like one of the main characters, so pretty great.
Excellent.
And so her and her friend work in an editing room, and there's this whole bizarre sequence where they're editing a horror film, and kind of, like you said, parodying Al Adamson.
Yeah.
The movie within a movie in this is great.
Yeah, the guy who's like Frankenstein, he looks like Ric Flair or something. It's wonderful.
Oh, it's so funny. And there's this whole speech about how the editors make the movie, and I'll play clips from it. It's so fun.
It's so like blatantly meta or what have you that feels like, I don't know, it's going to burst through the screen or something. I don't quite know how to describe it.
And now, you who have for so long been bound to the most narrow and materialistic views, you who have denied the virtue of transcendental medicine, you who have derided your superior, behold!
You know, it works.
You think so?
I think it's brilliant. I mean, this movie's going to be made in this editing room.
You know, it's obvious those jerks don't know what they're doing.
Like that segue you did in the second reel in the montage sequence. Sheer genius.
And that dumb director's gonna get all the credit.
Exactly.
We make the pictures. Right here.
You're damn right.
Andrea has the luck of being the actual only slasher movie victim in the entire film. I found that really fun. This is a slasher movie with a body count of 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably another reason why people hate this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I've got to give them the due of, like, in terms of pacing, if you're not somebody who can kind of be patient with things, if they're not like wham bam, you know, like all the time, then it might, you know, try your patience. But it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the film has been so entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Because it's so not what they marketed it as. I mean, it's the old switcheroo.
Oh, yeah.
we start to get into the slasher stuff, which the slasher stuff isn't terrible, but I will freely admit it's the weakest stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
When he's chasing her on the house, but I'm into it. I mean, after all this bullshit with the kid and all of the fun stuff with the trick-or-treaters, I wish they just kept getting people off the street to come up and be trick-or-treaters. All that shit is great. There's one of the funniest moments in the movie when she has been pushed too far by Christopher, and the door knocker goes off. She runs the door and pelts these kids with candy. Hits one kid in the face with a candy bar. That moment is worth the price of admission alone.
Oh yeah.
I really think they should have just done this as a comedy with no murders at all. It's so freaking silly.
Oh yeah. There's the older trick-or-treaters when she's kind of turned around. I mean, she, initially, I think it's after, because she has to change her clothes after Christopher pretends to drown himself. She's just like, fuck it, I'm going to try on your mum's 90 now, or what have you. And later on, it's like, double fuck it, starts getting into the wine, or what have you. And yes. I think after that, her spirits just kind of start to pick up a bit, and then she's a bit more kind of playful with the trick-or-treaters. She's like, shove it. You know, the ones that are drunk, she's like shoving them in their faces and down this girl's cleavage and stuff. I love it.
I love the nightgown thing, because that ends up making it impossible for her to convince this guy that she's not his wife.
Yeah.
When he comes home, it's like one of those things that smarter than the movie is, that moment.
Well, yeah, it's smarter than me. I didn't even realize, to be honest.
Well, I love how that VHS cover made her look so bad in it.
Oh yeah.
But the camera guy, which is also Gary Graver, he pulled a Joe D'Amato and did the I'm the director and the cinematographer bit.
Oh, and how? Yeah.
And there's just a camera moment or 10 when it just focuses on her butt in that frickin' nightgown. It's so silly. So silly. So big spoilers. He kills her friend who comes to bring her the VHS tape. They spared no expense on blood, but didn't bother to do any wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So he just stabs her off just out of frame, and then she's covered in blood.
Mm.
And then they do a fake out with the kid, where you think the kid is dead, and it's a nice fake out. I kind of wish they'd went for it, just for funsies. I think it would have been wrong for the tone of the film.
Yeah.
But, obviously, a young boy's life is worth more than a woman's. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I fucking hate dudes. Kill the men.
Kill the man.
So there's a good fake out there, and they actually use his stupid magic trick, the fake or not fake guillotine to kill him. And even that, they couldn't afford the severed head. They had a severed head in the movie within a movie. They could have just put a different wig on it and just did it. But of course, these things were filmed at totally different times. And so it's just redonkulous. They kill him, and then Christopher, whether or not he realizes that's his dad or not.
Yeah, I wondered about that. I don't know. I'm guessing maybe not, or I don't know. You just kind of wonder what's going on in this kid's head, really, don't you? It's
Yes. He gets inspired by his dad to grab the knife, and as Linda's tearfully calling the police, there's a shock ending where he pulls the knife on her and he freeze frame, like you do.
Dun dun dun.
And here's a good point to talk about the hideous music in this movie.
Hello, police. I'd like to report a death.
Trick or treat!
So all of this music is like library music, I think. I mean, and some songs.
Yeah, they have that. I think the one song that was it, "Help Is on the Way" by, who was it, Horizon? Yeah, and somebody kind of alludes, sort of half makes a joke, but I think they were probably being kind of serious, where someone was saying, yeah, there's not much music in this. Like, yeah, I think we ran out of money. So that would explain the librariness.
There's a credit to a music coordinator. There was no composer listed at all. But this closing song, holy fuck. I don't even know. It's like AM Gold, but AM Fool Gold, AM Tin. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't quite know what to make of it either.
One thing I wanted to mention before I forget, this film contains something I love in horror movies, Simon. It's one of those weird things I look for.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
A swimming pool at night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we get some mileage out of it, don't we?
It really do. I just love swimming pools at night. I kind of wish the showdown with the killer had been in the pool because it would have brought the whole movie full circle.
Yeah, and it would be then kind of very much like another 1982 slasher, which has Halloween associations for you.
Slumber Party Massacre.
Of course.
My brain is like, say the Prowler. Say the Prowler. And I'm like, it's not the Prowler. My brain's like, nah, bro, you got this. And truth be told, Simon, I do not got this. I never do not got this, always.
Oh, I hear that.
Wait, what? So the movie's over. We've talked about the whole movie. Oh my gosh. We went character by character, figuring out who the trick-or-treaters were, and character by character on who the asylum inmates are. Painstakingly trivia-filled episode. Probably too much trivia, really. No, we didn't do that. So that leads me to the ultimate question. Simon, how do you like this one?
I like this one quite a bit. I don't know whether, it's hard to say because, just my mood's been all over the place, really. And, just been able to focus a lot of the time. That's been tricky. But I like it quite a lot, and there's a lot that I love about it. But whether it'll be like a favourite that I'll return to it over and over and over, I don't know. It's too early to say. I think I only really discovered it a year or two ago. So, but yeah, there's so much to like and to enjoy, and just the general tone is kind of so fun, and it's so kind of atypical, I guess, even though, heck, even before this, there were blatant like slasher parodies, and this is more like, it's not that blatant, but still, you can tell everybody's tongue is very much in their kind of collective cheek with it. Hats off to Gary Graver for, not just directing this and editing it, but yeah, I love a lot of the lighting, especially a lot of the exterior kind of night stuff, like all the shots of the house, and during the chase scene as well, there's some good kind of almost like expressionistic like shadow work and stuff. So yeah, it looks really good.
Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and say I love this one. I recommend it with extreme conditions, that it's a movie that is totally stupid. They're trying to be intentionally funny.
Yeah.
But it's that whole sub-ironic thing where it is actually stupid. It's not as smart as they think it is. The pacing for me with all the stupid and all the weird shit that happens doesn't let up until, like I said, that little bit of actual slasher cat and mouse stuff at the end. And it just really works for me. Wow. Wowie, wow. I too saw this for the first time very recently. I watched this Halloween last year.
Ah, right, yeah.
That VHS tape scared me so bad that I avoided it until I was in my 40s. Wow, that's good marketing. Or I was just a dumb kid, which is why I relate to Christopher so much. Yeah, this is going to be a regular rotation for my Halloween viewing, easily.
Yeah, me too, I think. And just to kind of go back again, yeah, like I say, this just kind of was too early for me to get a real proper read on what I probably think about it. But yeah, I can see it being there. And I'll come back to,
yeah. Sorry, I just kind of went nowhere than that and essentially repeated myself, but thinking out loud.
You're haunted by spirits.
Yeah, that's my excuse.
So, folks, we're going to take a little break. I'm very excited. This is very exciting for me. My good friends, the Prople, the sister band to my band, Gyrojets. So they're more like a sister cousin or a sister niece to my band because of all the incest. And they did a song. They did a new version of their doomed Moviethon song. They pulled out all the stops for this one. This song, it sounds so great. I love the old version, but this just kicks it up a notch. Also, they called in the real talent, but he wouldn't answer the phone. So they got me to come in, and you got some like spoken word stuff from me hidden in the song. Not hidden very well. You can actually just hear me in the song. So here's Doomed Moviethon by the Prople. We're coming back with more Halloweeny treaties, so stick around.
Hey folks, this is Richard of Doom
The end is here, the bridge is so clear. I'm going to like a death, who wants it again? The demons will fire, my mind is shining. I'm back on the truth, for I don't mind on the bride. My friend is so clear. I'm talking like a death. Who else in the year? Cinematic images of pure in the fire. What's it do? It is a fire.
I can't remember when this started. I think I've been awake for 1,000 hours. My body is shutting down. 24 frames a second. 1 trillion frames. All mine. I can see behind your
So, as a little last bit of bonus material here with good old Simon, for the Halloween seasonal, we're going to talk about not one, but two Halloween safety films from the Centron Corporation. Now, before we talk about these, Simon, your country, known as England, has the most terrifying PSAs, or public service announcements, films that I've ever seen. There's some that America has that really traumatize me. There's one that they used to show in shop class.
Right.
Kids like sawing their thumbs off or some shit like that. But I've gone through some of the British ones, and they are just harrowing to watch.
Oh, yeah. Did you see? I mean, I haven't seen it. I've seen clips. Was it Apaches or something? The one which is all the kids playing like and getting killed by farming machinery and falling into slurry pits and stuff. It's rough. And then there's probably the most famous one. I don't know. The one I'm most familiar with is that one with Donald Pleasance. You know, the Spirit of Dark and Lonely Water, I think it's called, which is just great.
That should be a Christmas story for Halloween. I mean, for a Christmas story for Halloween. That makes sense. A ghost story for Christmas. Whatever. No, I really like the one. There's one where a kid drowns in shit. A kid drowns in a sewage plant or a fertilizer plant.
Yeah, that could be from Apaches, I think, because they have, like, say, these things called slurry pits, which it would just be like a big pit of shit or something.
It's so
like cow
disturbing.
Shit.
Man. On the other coast of England, a little country called America. I don't know how globe work. We have something called the Soft Voice, Gentle Reminder films. Both of these by the Centron Corporation. One from 1977, which we'll talk about quickly first. Has a very nice lady who speaks very softly but sternly to children to remind them how to not get fucking killed on Halloween.
Now, how about the mask? Any problem with it? Do you remember how hard it was to see out through those little eye holes? To be safe at night, you have to be able to see clearly as well as be seen. We can improve the mask by cutting larger holes to look out of. There, that's better. But there is an even safer way. You can simply not wear a mask.
She was the 1977 one, was she? So I think I watched the 85 one first. And she's very soft-spoken, but that kind of seemed slightly more eerie, I guess. I don't know. Didn't have the funky disco music anyway, which was strange. It'd been in the 70s.
These films, this is just such a wonderful part of my childhood. This is the kind of thing where I'm sure everyone my age or older has this memory of them dragging out the old film projector and loading up the reels and showing us something for our own good.
Oh, so they showed you these at school, did they?
Probably not. These, I'm sure the 85 one played on TV.
Yeah.
But these are just so great for putting me in the mood of the Halloween season.
Yeah.
And these, of course, because they're industrial shorts, they're totally public domain, super easy to download from Internet Archive. I know there are other podcasts who have reviewed these, and I'm like, shit, dude, I want to do this.
Why not?
And it's so funny seeing the 70s versus the 80s where they're the same subject matter. The same someone tampered with the candy, they phrase it like some people like to be mean to kids or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody puts razor blades in your apple or LSD in your frickin' unwrapped candy bar, you've reached adulthood. I don't know where I was going with that. But then the 80s one tries to be all hip. And we get a talking jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Who's, hey, I like having fun too, And there's this moment where the kid is going to stomp on him. Like,
the POV.
It's mean to do bad stuff. Don't hurt other people's. So they take a spray paint can to a kid's bicycle seat. And then there's a kid about to stomp on the jack-o'-lantern. And he's about to stomp and his friends tell him not to do it. And he's about to stomp and his friends tell him not to do it. And then he's about to do it. And then he doesn't do it. And he leaves. It's suspenseful.
Oh, man, yeah. Hey, speaking of suspenseful, you know the guy in the robot costume?
Yes.
When he put the mask on and it went to the POV, I nearly crapped myself. I thought, I was like screaming out, no, don't kill him!
Both of them have the can you see through your mask bit? It's just all frickin' Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah. I can kind of identify with that as well because, as I think I told you, I did a gig a few years back on Halloween wearing like a zombie mask and it completely killed my peripheral vision. So I'm having to like crane over to see, like I'm fretting the right note or what have you.
I've seen pictures.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, classic. I mean, obviously, my favorite picture of you is in the Blues Brothers outfit.
Oh, the after party thing. Oh God, so
that
rough.
Never gets old.
No, man.
I wanna find the original of that, like the highest DPI I can get, and just print a big old poster for myself.
Oh, it's a shame. I think the only ones are on Facebook, and as you probably know, they compress the shit out of the images. Unfortunately,
of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of these films are they're so wonderful. The almost thriller music, the funky fake thriller.
And again, that's in the 85 one.
85 one, yeah.
What?
It's gorgeous. And then the weird twist ending where he's like, we all want to have fun, right? And then this ghost comes out and goes, right. And you think the ghost is the jack-o'-lantern's friend. But he lifts up the top and goes to blow out his candle. And I don't mean that in a sexy way. It's not a man candle.
I'm trying to remember, did he actually successfully blow it out? Does it kind of leave us in one of those lingering kind of suspense?
The editor of this is a master of suspense and cuts it off before we see the wick go out.
Oh.
No money shot for us from the man candle.
If you can do all that, then you won't have to worry about scary, real things happening on Halloween, right? Right.
So yeah, I think we talked about kind of Halloween in England and your experience, and it was you went trick or treating a few times, but it wasn't quite as an ingrained thing.
No, I missed the boat on it, really. We didn't get taken out or anything. It wasn't really like a thing, I guess. And we did it, like, me and a few friends, like, with, like, really beyond cheap jack costumes. We're talking, like, making a Dracula cape out of a bin liner or something. Yes. And, quickly decided, this is a bad idea when knocking on some people's door and just being like, go away!
In the U.S., especially for people who just love Halloween, it feels like a respite from school.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a big holiday. It's like, even if it falls on a weekday, there's just something about Halloween that when you hated school as much as I did, as any normal child should have hated school, it just feels like a break. Feels like just a nice, totally alien thing that you're doing that's just so fun. I mean, it should be as celebrated as Christmas, and I know a lot of people celebrate this more than Christmas, which is great.
Oh, yeah. I've just been loving it the last few days, man. Just all our fellow horror fans on Facebook who are just like, come on already. Enough with this summer shit, and the rest of it.
Yeah, when it's 90 degrees plus, or if you're living in some areas where you're hitting the hundreds at the end of August, you just want to die.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised. But, I think I know what you're saying about, when you're at school. I'd say something I've only got into in more recent years because it's not really ever really been that much of a thing. Maybe it is more now, as we're without, passing a judgment on whether this is a good or bad thing, us kind of slowly transforming into kind of the 51st state, I guess. It's kind of become more of a thing now. And what you said about it being this nice kind of respite from, I suppose between like, say, summer and like Christmas impending, it kind of sustains me, I suppose, like sort of during that period.
And then it gets confusing with Christmas because I just watch Christmas horror movies. Which, speaking of which, you and I, we had a very heated debate. Mm-hmm. And by heated, I mean, I forgot what we talked about. And then I got excited about another movie. And then you reminded me of the other movie. And I said, hold up. Mm-hmm. Why don't we make it so that I get what I want? And that's it.
Well, yeah, that's sort of how it went, but, I think you are completely right in this case either, because the one that we're going to put on the back burner, I love that to begin with, but this one I love even more, it's my jam right there.
What's it called, sir?
That is To All a Good Night.
Yes. Magical Christmas Fair.
Yeah.
By the one and the only David Hess. Oh my God. What?
I still can't get over that, man. I can't wait for that. I'm trying to see though, have I got any more? I've not got lots of notes about these Halloween films.
Yes, please. By all means.
So let me see. Oh yeah, I didn't go back to screen cap this, but like in the first one, some of the costumes and masks were kind of, I guess it feels weird saying, like old Halloween costumes look eerie because I suppose they're meant to look spooky or what have you, but they're just sometimes a slightly cracked or like bent quality about them. And there's one I'd have to go back and look, but I'm sure it looked like Casper, but like he's in drag or something, or like he's had his eyebrows like painted up. It was it's fucking bizarre. And and the other one, the 70s one. Oh yeah, just gloriously 70s. The mother who's like helping out, her shirt collar and her jeans. I don't know which is wider, but yeah, I'm loving that whole ensemble. And the poor kid who, I understand from kind of a safety point of view of like, you don't want your kid to be going out looking like the Grim Reaper and getting, visited by one and all that. But it almost went to she gets transformed, from the Black Witch into the White Witch, but it's almost so far in spirit away from the original costume. I thought to myself, just be done with it, just put a fucking traffic cone on her head and stick a high visage jacket on and just call it, that'll do.
They made her into a White Witch.
Yeah.
Or a Klans member.
Yeah.
A Klanswoman.
If they just if they had pulled down that hood over and put some eye holes in it, it would have fucking been
Klans person. Klans person.
Oh, of course, yes, lest we forget.
I love the one that, is it the 80s one where they just totally draw on the kid's face with an eye pencil and then lipstick? Yeah. I can relate to that. Like last minute terrible costumes. Like, what are you supposed to be? And I'm like, I'm a vampire? Or I am changing genders. I don't know what I'm supposed to be. That one kid, she looks so terrible. And then they take the picture. Like, some people like to take pictures of the trick-or-treaters that come by the house. And I'm like, hold up. Put the fucking brakes on. Why? Who takes pictures of all the kids that come to the house? That is so strange.
It would never happen now. It's like, it's just fucking ridiculous. Like, apparently, you know, you have like sports days at like, you know, like pre-high school. I don't know what you call it, like elementary school or what have you, I guess. Yeah, now I don't think you can take photos or anything because what somebody might do with them or something. It's like, what the fuck? Not that anyone probably would take photos of trick-or-treaters anyway because they just get such weird looks. But yeah, you would never get away with that now.
And then the picture they take is so weird. Like, it looks so desperate because all the kids are kind of goofing, but the one girl who has all the crap on her face is just glaring, terrified into the lens. It's, the last photo of little Cindy Susie is fucking horrible. Leetta asked a very good question during that. If someone invites you into their home, don't go. And Leetta's like, who the fuck invites children into their home on Halloween? I'm like, well, probably perverts, but also I'm sure there's old people.
Yeah.
Who like make stuff that are like, oh, I'm benevolent. And you're like, well, not only am I not coming in, also, I'm not coming into your house. Fuck, it's crazy. And we get a lot of trick-or-treaters in my house. We had like 45 one year.
Holy crap.
It was nuts, dude. So we get a lot because we got a neighborhood of a bunch of old people. So we're always ready. And we get a lot of those princesses.
Oh, yeah,
My favorite was Darth Mater. I was like, who are you supposed to be? He goes, Darth Mater. It was very cute. I think it was a drunk 20-year-old. No, it was a little kid. We've had the dinosaur. They have those dinosaur costumes now, like those weird, like sort of inflatable looking articulated raptor costumes.
Yeah.
We get those. Those are funny to watch leaving. Those are really funny to watch walking away. They just look like they're going to fall over. It's great. It's like, oh, clever girl. Hold on to your butts.
Oh, dear. Do you guys like, so I always thought, you know, have my own house or what have you, would I like try and dress up, you know, and try and potentially traumatize any of the trick-or-treaters, you know, like dress myself up as something horrendously disturbing or anything? I don't know, do you folks like dress up in general to greet them? Or like... We do. Yeah.
I definitely dress up to greet the kids. I don't do anything really creepy. Because I really do, I think about that. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I really hate people that dress up and then hold really still with the bowl of candy, like it's like a jackal, like a scarecrow, and then scare people. Because there's always that video of the one kid who just punches them in the face. America's Funniest Home Videos just warned me off of that.
Yeah, I could just imagine, especially with some people's overzealous parents and obviously, you know, side of the pond, people having liberal access to guns and all that, that might not go well.
It's Florida, so we got extra guns, I think.
Oh.
I mean, people don't know we're Little Texas, a.k.a. Penis, Alabama.
So you called it Alabama to the Revenge.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're Alabama with Disney World and a beach. Yeah, I think that kind of wraps us up on this beautiful, spooky evening. I hope folks enjoyed this episode. And Simon, thank you for joining me.
Oh, no problem. Always a pleasure. Again, I wish just this year didn't keep kicking my ass, so I wasn't feeling like I'm just like fumbling my way through the whole bloody thing.
I've got the fast forward button on 2018 already.
Oh, hell yeah.
Folks, have a spooky time. And of course, have an unsafe Halloween. Wear the costume that restricts your vision. Go into people's houses, even if they don't ask you to come in, and do not check your candy before you eat it, because you'll miss out.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out on all that LSD.
LSD, slightly graying pubic hair.
Oh, boy.
Oh, doctor. I'll stop. Let's stop it.
Yep. Good night.
Hello, This is the Doom Show is a proud member of the Legion Podcast Network. please check out the other shows at legionpodcasts.com. If you want more of Hello, This is the Doomed Show, check out doomedmoviethon.com or hellodoomedshow.podomatic.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at doomedmoviethon or email the show doomedmoviethon@gmail.com. We're also in the air. Look up.
Looking for something different in your podcast library? Then why not check out the Podcast Under the Stairs? I'm the host Duncan McLeish, and joining me each week will be a special guest as we examine some classic, old school horror favourites, as well as some modern classics. That's not to say that we don't tackle some of the, let's say, more questionable entries into the horror genre. And if all that wasn't enough, we have a subset of shows called Baz v Horror, where our horror novice, the Baz, tackles horror in all shapes and forms to see who will come out victorious. So what are you waiting for? The show can be found at podcastunderthestairs.wordpress.com and on Stitcher and iTunes. The Podcast Under the Stairs is a proud member of Legion Podcast Network. This is Duncan McLeish from Under the Stairs, signing off.